Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, teacher.
Okay, today we're going to learn science, so please prepare your science book, the science tree. Okay, we're going to have a new topic today about forces, about contact and non-contact force. Okay, so I want you to open your book to page 81. Okay, if you entered early, you have started the video that we played or that we watched. Okay, it's about the contact.
Teacher, may I go to the toilet, please?
Sure, you can. Okay, it's about the contact and non-contact force. Okay, are you ready to learn, kids? Ready? Okay, so let's begin our class for today. Okay, forces, kids, can change the motion of objects. Objects at rest start to move and moving objects move faster, slower, or change direction. Okay, forces can do some things. The first thing that it can do, okay, the object that is not moving, it will start to move. For example, kicking a ball. A ball is not moving, right, by itself, but when you kick it, it will start moving. That is the first thing. An object at rest will start moving. The second thing is a moving object will go faster or slower. And the next thing is a moving object will change direction. And lastly, a moving object can stop using forces. Okay, here are the contact and non-contact forces. But what are the contact forces, kids? Okay, anyways, kids, if Teacher Lance is speaking very fast, you can say to Teacher Lance, Teacher, can you please speak slowly? Okay? All right? All right. So the first thing is the contact forces. Contact forces are the forces that need the object to touch for the force to work. For example, opening a door, grabbing a pencil, and playing basketball. Those things, those activities require touching the objects. For example, you cannot open a door without touching it unless it is an automatic door, right? Or you cannot grab a pencil without touching the pencil, right? Can you grab a pencil? Okay, when teacher Lance say, okay, get your pencil. Okay, can you get the pencil without touching it? No, you can't, right? You cannot get the pencil without touching it. And next thing is playing basketball or soccer, since soccer is more common than basketball in this place. Okay, when you play soccer or football, okay, for those who just entered page 85, it's in page 85. The thing that we are discussing right now is in page 85 already, the contact force. Okay, this is one of the examples. When you open the door, you have to touch it, right? Okay, in opening a door, you may do the push or the pull force. You may use push force or pull force in opening a door. Next one, playing basketball. Okay, you also use force in playing basketball, and you use the contact force. Okay, we're done with the background of the contact force. Now let's move to the non-contact forces. Needs the non-contact forces are forces that can happen without the objects touching. For example, the magnetic force, the magnets, right? They don't have to touch each other to produce force. It's called magnetic force. The next one is the electrostatic force and the gravitational force. Okay, we will learn more about that later. But I'm going to give you some background about gravitational force. Gravitational force is the pull force of an object, right? Example, the Earth. It has gravitational force that pulls the moon, okay? towards it, and it actually works to us as well. That's why when we have when we lose grip of something, it will fall down, right? Because it is because of the gravity of the earth, which pulls down everything in the middle of it, in the center of it. The magnetic forces, kids, are grouped into two types. The first one is the attractive magnetic force. Attractive magnetic force because it attracts two different sides of the magnets, two different poles of the magnets. That's why it's called attractive magnetic force. The opposite attracts in magnet, okay? It happens when opposite poles of two magnets are next to each other. That's called attractive magnetic force. Okay, attractive magnetic force. Remember, when the opposite poles of a magnet are next to each other, they will attract one another. Okay, we will learn more about the magnetic force in our next topics. The next one is the repulsive magnetic force. Okay, it happens, kids, when the same poles of magnets are next to each other because they will repel to each other. That is why it's called repulsive, because they will repel from each other. That means they will move away from each other. Okay? For example, here we have the south and the south. So it will repel. The first one, the north, south, and then south, north, it will attract each other. Okay, can you say it with me? Say attract. Okay, remember the north and the south will attract. The south and the north will attract. And then the south and the south will repel, and the north and the north will repel. Okay? Okay, can you follow so far? Okay, it may be a little more difficult to you because it is a new topic, but we will learn more in the next topic. Okay, electrostatic forces happen from electric charges. Oh, that is why it's called electrostatic forces, because it happens from electric charges. The electric charges can be positive or negative. Okay, when it is positive, it has the symbol plus. Okay, the symbol plus stands for positive, and the minus plus stands for negative. So plus and minus, plus for positive and minus for negative in electrostatic force. Okay, that's how it works. Attractive electrostatic force happens when opposite electric charges are close to each other. The minus and the plus will also attract each other, just like in magnetic force. The minus and the plus will attract each other. The next one, the repulsive electrostatic force, happens when the same electric charges are close to each other. For example, the minus and the minus will repel from each other, and the plus will repel to each other. Okay? Just like in magnetic force, electrostatic force also have repulsive force. It also repels from each other. Okay. Minus and minus will go away from each other. Plus and plus will go away from each other. And in magnetic force, south and south will move away from each other. North and north will move away from each other. Okay? When they are the same, they move away from each other. When they are different, south and north, they will attract each other. Okay? Plus and minus, they will attract each other. Minus and plus, they will attract each other. North and south, they will attract each other. When they are not the same, they will attract each other. Okay? Because opposite attracts and similar or the same repels. Okay. Okay, these are some of the electrostatic forces in our everyday life. I have given here two examples. The first one is the lightning. Do you know what is lightning, kids? Do you know what is lightning? Okay, it comes with the thunder, right? All right, this is called lightning. All right, this is also an electrostatic force in our everyday life, but this is a natural electrostatic force that happens, all right, when it rains. Usually, when it rains, all right. Next one, next example of electrostatic force in our everyday life is when you touch this one, okay, your hair will stand up. That is because of the electrostatic force that applies. Okay, we have two examples. The first one is the lightning and the second one is the hair standing up. Remember, those things are a result of the electrostatic forces. Next force, the first one that we had is the magnetic force. The second one, non-contact force, is the electrostatic force. So the next one is the gravitational force. Gravitational force. Okay, the gravitational force of Earth happens when Earth pulls all objects around to itself. Okay, especially the objects that are smaller to it, like the moon. The moon is to it. That's why it pulls it to its center. Okay, that is called the gravitational force. Okay, an example of the gravitational force in our daily lives is falling leaves. When the leaves falls, it automatically goes down, right? It automatically goes down because it goes to the middle or the center of the earth. When you hold something and you try to lose grip on it, for example, the book, I will try the book. Okay, I'm holding it and then suddenly I lose grip on it. Where does it go? Does it go up or down? Okay, of course, it goes down, right? It falls down because the gravity is pulling it. The gravity of the earth is pulling everything that is close to it, especially the smaller objects into it. The next one, the moon orbiting the earth. Since moon is smaller than the earth, it attracts the earth attracts the moon. Okay, the earth pulls the moon because the gravity of the earth is stronger than the gravity of the moon. Okay, I know you will understand it soon. Okay, the gravity, okay, kids, is the force that pulls everything that revolves the earth close to it or near to it. Okay, all right. Okay, now we're going to have some written activities. Let's see what page is it. Yeah. Page 81. Page 81. We're just going to find out what happened to an object. Okay, we're going to identify the change in motion when forces act on the following object or the following activities. I want you to open your book to page 81. Okay, page 81. Are you ready, kids? Okay, number 1, throwing a ball to a friend. Throwing a ball to a friend. What do you think? What happened to it? Is it A, object at rest starts moving? B, moving objects move faster? C, moving object moves slower and comes to a stop? Or D, moving object changes its direction? Okay, we have to identify first. Is the ball moving at first? Is it moving? Okay, at first, it is not yet moving. So it is an object at rest. Okay, and then after that, we throw the ball to our friend. So the object, the ball, starts to move. It starts to move to your friend. Okay, so that means that this example is an example of object at rest that starts to move. Okay, so we're going to write throwing a ball to a friend as an example of object at rest that starts moving. Okay, and when you're finished, kids, you have to use the raise hand button, okay? Okay, naman 15 is finished.
Finish.
Ayun is finished. Okay, remember
Teacher, pay.
I will just page 81. Okay, I will also send the page in our group chat. What do you call it? Chat box. Okay, page 81. Okay, remember when you throw a ball to a friend, it is an example of object at rest that starts moving. Because at first, the ball is at rest, that means it's not moving at all, and then you get it, you get the ball and you throw it to your friend, so it started to move. So objects at rest start moving. Okay, Earth is finished, Lakim is finished, Haupun is finished, Haupan is finished, Prim is finished, Min is finished. So for those I cannot see, please let me know if you're finished or not. If you're not yet finished, everybody finished? Okay, so anyways, you can still see the answer in our screen. For the number 2, let's find out the number 2. Paddling a bike faster. Paddling a bike faster. That means you're already riding a bike. You're already riding a bike, but what you did was to move your feet faster. Okay, I want to go faster. And so you drove faster, you start paddling faster. Okay, you move your feet faster. You do like this. This is your feet, for example. You do like this. Faster. Okay, so that is what you did. Okay, so what is it? Is it object at rest starts moving? Is it moving objects move faster? Is it moving object moves slower and comes to a stop? Or D, is it moving object changes its direction? So what is your answer? Let me know. Is it A, B, C, or D? Anybody?
B.
B, very good. Who's that? Mean. Okay, that's good. That's letter B. Moving object moves faster. Because when we paddle the bicycle, it's already moving, but then you started to move faster. Okay, so moving objects move faster. Okay, when you finish with it, just raise your hand or press the raise hand button. We have Benjarat and Ayun. Benjarat's Ritangkev, Lakim and Min and Earth and Punpan.
Finish.
Okay, they are finished already. Okay, yeah, Min and Thai name. I can read and Gan. Okay, if you're using a Thai name, maybe you can turn on your camera so I can recognize your face, okay? Because if you're using a Thai name and your picture is blank or just circle, I cannot recognize you. Okay, let's wait for Naman. Naman, are you finished? Naman 5? Okay. So I think everybody's finished, or those I can see are finished, but those who are not, okay. Anyways, maybe we can continue. You can still see it on the screen, okay? Remember, don't worry. Number 3, what will happen when we pull a running horse? When the horse is running and then you started to pull it. So what is it? What force happened? Is it A, object at rest starts moving? B, moving objects move faster? C, moving object moves slower and comes to a stop? Or D, moving object changes its direction? So what force applied?
B.
What happened?
B.
Nope, it's not B. Turn on your microphone if you want.
E.
Again?
E.
Okay, it's C. Moving object moves slower and comes to a stop because the horse is already running, but then you pulled it and then it suddenly moves slower and then finally it stopped. So number 3 is moving object comes slower and comes to a stop. I think okay. Alright. So we have Punpan, Ayun, Cream, Lakim, Earth, Pink, and Naman 15. Naman 5, are you finished? Alright. Alright, I think everybody in my screen is finished. Okay, let's continue with the number 4. Let's move on. Number 4, heading a ball into a goal. Heading a ball into a goal. So what happened here? Is it A, object at rest starts moving, B, moving objects move faster, C, moving objects move slower and then comes to a stop, or D, moving object changes its direction?
D.
Kaupan. D,
D.
very good. It's letter D. Huh? What did you say?
D.
Yeah, it's D. Heading a ball into a goal is moving object changes its direction because the balls are already moving, right? Because they are the players are kicking it from this direction and to other direction and to other direction. So and then when you hit the goal, when you head it towards the goal, it is changing direction towards the goal or towards the place where you are kicking it. Okay, so when you're finished, raise your hand or press the raise hand button. I lowered every hands first. Okay, so if you're finished, please raise it again. Okay, Prim, Lakim, Naman 15, Punpan, Gan are finished. Let's wait for the others. What is that? Okay, let's wait for Min and the others. Ayun, Naman 5 and all the others. Okay. Only Ayun. Okay, so I think number 4 is finished. Heading a ball into a goal means moving object changes its direction. Number 5, lifting a glass of water from a table. Lifting a glass of water from a table. So is an object at rest starts moving? Is it moving objects move faster? Is it moving objects move slower and comes to a stop, or moving object changes its direction? So what happened when we lift a glass of water from a table? Anybody? Anybody? Naman 15. What happened when we lift a glass of water from a table? What happened here? Earth? Is it A, B, C, or D? C? Nope. It's not C. Let's try others. Pink. A. Sorry. A. Okay. Object at rest starts moving. Earth said A. Because the cup or the glass of water is not moving on itself. And then we pick it up from the table. Right? So that started to move. The glass started to move. So object at rest starts moving. It's letter A. Pun and Pan are finished. Earth is finished. Benjarat, and Cream are finished. So let's wait for the others. Lakim is finished. Ayun is finished. Okay, so since it's almost time, I have to show you your homework. Okay, are you finished? I think everybody... Okay, I have to show you your homework first. You can continue this activity. I will send the choices, all right, in the line group, Mini English 3/3. Okay, so that you could have choices as well. Okay, for your homework, please finish page 81, 82, and 84. We are done already with page 8. We're almost done with page 81. So you just have to finish 82 and 84. 81, 82, and 84. I'm going to show you the choices.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I will have this one. I will send it to you, okay?
Hello,
So it will be very easy for you.
ทำไม่เป็นเฉลยเลย
Okay, and then I'm going to show you.
ทำเอง
Anyways, kids, for the experiment, only if you have started. So also, please submit the experiment pictures or videos in the line group Science 3/3. Okay, here are the kids that have submitted already. We have Naman 5, Prim, finish, Ayun, submitted, Kaupun, submitted,
เดี๋ยวเขาเชิญเข้า
what's this, Kaupan, finish, Pink, finish, Nalin, finish,
ในด้านกับทุกอย่างของทีเชอร์เรายังไม่ได้เข้าเลยอันนึงแล้วเราหาไม่เจอแล้วมันอยู่ไหน
Rain, finish, okay.
เดี๋ยวพี่ออกเชิญเราเข้า
For those, quiet first. For those who have not submitted yet, please submit your experiment. Okay, that will be recorded for 10 points depending on how you do the experiment. Okay, so that's all for today. Today we studied the contact and non-contact forces in your science. So I hope that you learned something from Teacher Lance today. And also I hope that you enjoyed this.
ทำไม่เป็น
Okay, you can say goodbye to your friends. Okay, again, I will send you the choices.
บ๊ายบายบ๊ายบาย
Bye. You can say goodbye to your friends.
ต้องใช้ลักยิ้มไม่ต้องส่งงานแล้วเพราะลักยิ้มทำไม่เป็นไปแล้วบ๊ายบายบ๊ายบายเหมือนกันเลยทำไม่เป็นเหมือนกันเราก็เลยไม่ต้องส่งนะจ้ะบ๊ายบายบ๊ายบาย
ฉันจะไม่ออก